live on Sunday night. Happy Father's Day to all of you that may be on and just finishing up with your dads. Hopefully you had a great day here in the United States with your father. And for those of you that weren't able to, many wishes to them as well. For those of you that are not familiar with what our show is about, it's called Pageantry Now. And again, I am Stacey Shero Simpson. And we talk about all of the positive things that happen in pageantry, both with men and women who give their time and their effort to be able to do amazing things across the country. Thank you. To be able to share what pageants are all about via community service, but via charity programs that they work with, whether they're speaking at different events or being able to do different races or whatever it is that they're doing to be able to make a difference in communities all over the world. Some of our title holders have actually been international title holders, so we're super happy to be able to have them. And some of them are just people that have, local titles that are looking to just get some recognition for what they do. Tonight's show, hopefully we will have our guest on in a little bit. She has been on a couple of times before, and she just recently got a new title. She's going to come on and talk all about her new title. But until I see her, I see a couple of my friends. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Thank you for being here. Happy Father's Day to you. Hey, Clove. How are you? Stargy, thank you. Hey, Unicorn of the Day and Closinator, thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, please make sure that you fan us. You can also find us on Facebook at Pageantry Now, on Instagram at Pageantry Now, and then also on Twitter at Pageantry Now. Or you can go back and watch some of our interviews with Miss Universe or Miss USA. We've got some international girls that are on there. I know you're getting ready to leave. You're coming to my state, Florida. Yay! But you can check out those videos on our YouTube channel, which is Pageantry Now Media. Got to put in the media there to be able to find us. But we've got all kinds of great interviews there with a lot of amazing women and some men too, because we don't always understand that there are men that compete in pageants, but they also are behind the scenes as directors, as choreographers, as coaches that are really changing the way we do things. And without those people, we can't do our job. So it's super important that we give them props too. Lift them up. Yay. Hi, Raheem. How are you? Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm hoping that our guest will be on and we'll be able to have her join us in just a second. Please make sure, if you guys can, to share our moments, please. So share as many as you can, and then also invite your fans. We really appreciate any invites that you have. So please use those buttons. So we've got this one, the share arrow, so that invites all of your fans. You can also share it on Twitter, Instagram, on Facebook, and then I am married, thank you very much, as it says, Mrs. Accomplished International, so my husband's cooking dinner for me right now. He's awesome. But thank you, Jen, for giving me my back. And I always appreciate the fact that I get a good compliment. So thank you very much. I do see that our special guest is on. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to add her to the show. But with that being said, please, please, please share. We're trying to get to at least 10 shares tonight. So if you guys can do that, invite your friends. And then also go ahead and share different moments so that also our guests can be able to share those with her fans as well. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and have my friend Gigi Castillo join us. Hopefully we can get this connection going. We've been having some technical issues. It's working! It's DG! Sorry, Gianna. Pardone. Can you hear me, G?
It's in the back of the car. It's in the back of the car as a pink box.
We're sideways. And now we're straight. How are ya?
I can't see you. 1 second.
No problem. I can see you.
Okay, let me try to put this. I probably have to hold it. Sorry. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. How are you, Sunshine?
Oh, I'm okay. It's been one of those days, a little harsh on the health department, but I'm okay.
I get it. I have been in bed all day, so if I start to cough or I start to, I'm taking my crown off. You don't have crown on. I'm done. Okay, there you go. So I understand. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I get it. I'm there too. I worked this week and I don't know what I was thinking. It was like doing a pageant. Where do we get the
Yeah.
energy to do this crazy stuff?
I don't know. I think it just comes from our hearts. That's
I
where
know.
it
Okay.
comes from.
I know. It's like crazy that we are like, hi everybody joining us. I'm going to let my guest introduce herself. But please do me a favor, share moments, invite your fans. We really need people here. So please invite everybody that you know to come join us. And if you haven't fanned us, please fan us. My lovely guest this evening, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, so I'm Gigi Castillo. I go by Gigi, and I'm your Miss United States.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
I honestly didn't realize that you had won until like 4 days after you had won, because you really didn't post. You really didn't post anything like, "Hey, I just won this title." And for those,
I think I did a couple of posts, but not too much. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, dude, if I had known, I would have been jumping up and down screaming. My friend Kristen, I can never say it's Chukui. Oh, I can never say it right. Just won Ms. Earth. And my husband, I was like screaming like a crazy woman from the other room. My husband is like, I don't understand. What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter? And then I was like, nothing. And then he came back like 5 minutes later. He goes, are you calm enough to tell me in complete sentences what's going on? So kind of like when I found out you won, I was like, TJ won!
Yes, I was. It was such a blessing. I was very, very surprised because like all the women in that organization are like fabulous ladies, and everyone has a great platform and a great story. So it was something that I get. God said it's your time. Here you go, and I receive it with an open heart, and I'm looking forward to the year.
Well, and last week we had on the show Ms. Woman Virginia, United States, who is active duty military. She's active duty Navy. And so I told her, I said, you got to look up Gigi. I said, because your platforms are very, very similar. And I really want you guys to be able to get that kind of friendship going, because she too is working. Well, tell us what your platform is, and then we'll talk a little bit more about that. Okay.
So my platform is mental health, and I chose that platform because it's really something that more often than not, it just doesn't have a voice. And because I myself suffer from PTSD, anxiety, and depression, and lost my brother due to depression. So it's something that's very important to me, and that just want to bring awareness and education to that. And if we look around in the world, like a lot of things that are happening nowadays, also because of lack of awareness and education when it comes to mental health.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about, because what Amber's charity, or that she works with, is offering assistance to veterans that are kind of like falling through the cracks. Specifically female veterans that are not getting the kind of attention that they should be. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the organization that Gigi needs to be able to reach out to, because I know you are a disabled vet. So can you tell us a little bit about your experience and why PTSD and depression are such huge things that you deal with currently?
Okay, so I served in the military a little bit short of 14 years in the Army. And I was medically retired due to a brain tumor that I have on the left side of my head. After 10 years, I still have that tumor. It can't be removed. It can only be treated, whether it's by, open brain surgery to relieve the pressure or treat the symptoms, via medication and different intravenous treatments and things like that. And due to my military service, I also suffer from PTSD, depression, and anxiety, as I mentioned before. And a lot of those things just kind of intensified for me with having a brain tumor and having operations in your brain. It made it a lot harder for me to deal with my PTSD. And having experienced firsthand how not to, like, I just couldn't get a hold of it. I didn't have control over it for many, many years. And it was a lack of one, education, even within myself, like knowing what resources were there for me, what was available, instead of just, like, I would just get into the VA system, have my 10-minute appointment, and then be pushed out. And those are things that just weighed very heavy on me throughout the years, knowing that this is how we were being treated, and that we were not educated about all the resources that we really had. So I learned the hard way about the resources. I learned through pain and struggle, not only for myself but also for my family, because anybody that suffers from a mental illness is not something that only affects us. It affects everyone around us, our family members, our spouse, our children. So it is something that it's a team effort. And with that being said, I work with anything and everything that works with the veterans, to help my veterans. I feel very compelled to help in every which way I can, not only mental health. I've suffered physical and sexual abuse as well, and I've been homeless, and I'm an immigrant, and all these things. So I am very out there in my community. So I'm going to be working with the North Texas VA for the next year, to do a lot for them and for my veterans, and to bring, like I always say, education is the key. So maybe by sharing my story and by being a voice of what my life experience has been with PTSD, I can maybe save someone's life. You never know. And I'm also working with Texas Veterans Ranch and Family Resort. That's a nonprofit organization out of Austin, Texas. And I've been working with them for about 3 years. I had 1 year as president. My first year was an ambassador, and now I'm continuing as an ambassador. Every year they give somebody else a chance to be president for it. But that's an organization that helps veterans transition, from military life to civilian life. Even veterans that may be of older age that might not know where to go, what to do about things that are, that they're suffering from, especially a lot of homeless veterans. I think for a lot of our homeless veterans, it's really, like I said, the lack of education and knowing that there's resources to help them out. So that is my passion, to help people like me. And not only veterans, we all can suffer from PTSD for, whatever things we go through in life. So it's something that I just really want to bring a lot of awareness to.
And we are so grateful for you. Really quick, I'm going to give a shout out to my director, the amazing Heather Clark, the accomplished American director, and now the accomplished international director. So, hi Heather, I love you. I haven't talked to you like in 2 days. I'm still alive. I promise. I promise you.
We talk.
We talk. Yeah, no, we talk almost every. Thank you so much, Cesar. Do me a favor, fan us. Everybody, right now, do me a favor. Invite your fans. Go to the little symbol, the symbol that looks like an alligator, and click on that button and invite your fans. I need 10. 10, that's all I need. So if you guys can give me 10, I would love it. And then do me a favor too and share these moments, because Gigi's story is super, super important. So the little arrow that you have that has a little triangle in the middle of that, share these moments, capture them, and then send them off to people. Jen, did you hear me? Please share with us. Thank you, Cesar, for becoming a fan. I will fan you back. We have amazing guests on our show, so you will find that you will be, not only are they gorgeous, but they are articulate and they're doing amazing things in their worlds and making a difference. So with that being said, everybody go, 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 go. Share. Go. I want to see who can do it the fastest. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
I'm trying to do a Facebook post right now telling people to go ahead on
to go on and join this. Yeah. Well, and we'll be able to share it. Last week's show, for some reason it didn't capture it. So this one I know is capturing straight to YouTube. So yay, thanks, Jen. But do you see the little arrow right there or I don't know how you guys see it. On my computer it has it the share arrow where you can share it. So I appreciate it. It doesn't show that anybody has yet. So thank you, Cesar. The box with the arrow, yes. And then the greater than symbol. Hi, it's this symbol. All right.
Thank you to everyone that's watching.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. I will also call out Heather too. Her husband is a veteran as well and disabled, and I know they go through a lot of struggles because the thing that I think is really heartbreaking for me with this experience and meeting all of these people that have served our country and do so much to be able to protect us and give us our freedoms and make us, the United States, that you guys, when you leave service, even while you're in service, you're not getting the kinds of things that you need to be able to support you with dealing with things like PTSD and depression. And you're facing some of the most traumatizing, horrific situations where, how do you deal with that? And then on the other side of it too, coming home and feeling like hey Madison, thanks for being here, that you are not getting the support you need to be able to start to live a normal life. Just transitioning from military to civilian life is very difficult. But then in many cases to have to drive 2 hours to the nearest VA hospital to be able to see somebody. I mean, if you need psychiatric care, you're telling me that you're going to take 4 hours out of your day, well, 5 hours, including the session, to be able to go to the facility, to see someone, spend an hour with them. And a lot of our veterans are frustrated or living on the streets because they don't have the support that they need to be able to make them capable of living in today's society.
Yeah, because they don't get the help. Yeah, they don't get the help they need, so they do not know how to reintegrate themselves to regular life. And, because of their mental illness, they might not be able to function like, anybody else. So it takes treatment to get them back up to where they can function. So a lot of people will stop at red lights and criticize the homeless veteran with a sign, without really thinking about what's behind that, what comes with it and the circumstances that they have to be. And at the end of the day, it is lack of education. It is lack of knowing and putting the resources out there for all of our veterans to know that this is available, that there is help.
Right. And PTSD and depression can affect anybody. It doesn't have to be somebody that's in the military. That's the one thing I didn't recognize until about 6 years ago. I was hit by a truck riding my bicycle. And I had severe PTSD because I was hit by a company truck with a company logo. And every time I saw one of their trucks, I freaked out. Every time I went to cross the street, I couldn't cross the street. I had to actually have someone physically walk me across the street because I was so afraid of what was happening, and I was afraid it was going to happen again. And luckily I was able to get therapy, and after a few therapy sessions, I was able to overcome that. But in your particular case, the trauma that you went through as in the military really affected what's happening to you long term. So,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, Jennifer says she's struggling for the first time ever to ask questions because she knows you so well. I mean, we've gotten to know you on this show. You're family here.
Yes,
It's
yes.
not just, and I can tell you're not yourself. Do you have a migraine again today, or?
Well, I just, my body's is very tired. As I get ready for nationals, just like 13 days away, it's a lot going on, and then I am also a full-time student right now, so juggling both, and I'm newly crowned. But as you know me, I hit the ground running from day one. So I've been quite busy, and it does take a little bit of a toll on me health wise, but I'm here to push through it and keep giving the best of me that I can give.
Yeah, because she looks so not like a gorgeous winner there. Look at that, guys. Is that not absolutely
Thank
stunning?
you. So I do have my good days.
Dude, I know, dude. I seriously at 7:30 I went, oh my gosh, I have to go put on makeup. I've been laying in bed all day, so I was like, okay, let me go do that. Thank God my makeup will last all week because I have stay makeup that won't come off until I take it off. So like Wednesday, finally it starts to. The kids go, Miss Stacy, did your face change? I go,
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I know Jennifer knows me so well, but I'm sure there's got to be something in there about my life or something that she would love to hear about.
I want to know, okay, first of all, I know you are working really hard with your Paul Mitchell. You're almost finished with your degree. I swear to you, I need a Paul Mitchell team to travel with me. So tell me about, I mean, I know you guys did a glam day where your photos were amazing. And of course, pageants are not about how you look all the time. It's about the story and the struggle and what you do. But tell me about your Paul Mitchell experience.
Okay, so for those who don't know me, because of my brain tumor, I have a terrible memory issue. Like my memory has been, it's been hard, to think. So about 5 years ago, I had toured the Paul Mitchell School in Dallas, and I wanted to enroll then, but I wasn't quite clear by doctors to say, hey, you're good to go back to school and put your brain through that, and you'll be good. So I had to postpone that. But one thing that I remember about Paul Mitchell is when I was touring, they have an honors program. And I remember them taking me through the honors program and saying, hey, there's people over here in the honors program, and you have to apply for it and be interviewed for it to be accepted. And I remember in my mind saying, oh, I'll never be able to do that. There's no way, just because of my shortcomings at the time with my health issues and my brain issues. So then finally I said, I'm not going to put it off anymore. And last year I enrolled in August, and I am so happy to say that in January I made it to the honors program. I even it was so emotional for me to get interviewed and have that process and then be like, you're accepted, because it's something that I never even thought I would do.
So you're in a traveling program now. Like you actually go to special events and conventions and things, right?
Team. Yeah, well, we're amazing. Part of design team. Yeah. So and they have a design team. They have different teams that do different things within the Paul Mitchell School to kind of just spark your interest if you want to be in the beauty industry when it comes to events, fashion or things like that. So I've gotten to do quite a few things with that. And I love fashion. I love choreographing fashion shows. That's my thing. So it has given me the opportunity to kind of mix the two, and it's been great. But Paul Mitchell for me is a dream come true. Yes, I did a wonderful military career that I would not change for the world. Obviously serving 10 plus years, you're a career soldier. There's no doubt about that. And I am to this day sad that I couldn't continue on with my military career. But on a way, it gave me an opportunity to follow my dreams, something that I wanted to do when I was very, very young, that I just kind of postponed because, life hit me hard all at once. And I was a teenage parent and a teenage spouse and, all these things that came, life just happened to where I couldn't follow my dream. But now at 42, I'll be graduating late August from Paul Mitchell School, something that I wanted to do 25 years ago.
Not well, and not only that, I know that your pageant career was not something that you did before. This is something that you started 2 years ago, right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that journey, about wanting to go into pageants, because just like you, I am not the typical pageant girl. I don't look like the typical pageant girl. And you know what? I like it that way. So,
Me too.
and honestly, that was, I think, one of the things that when we first met at your last pageant, like we just felt like this camaraderie immediately. There was so much going on. Yeah, I know. Congratulations, Jen. I'm so proud of you. But I know that, you know, there was some controversy about the fact that you have tattoos. There was some controversy about the fact that you now have this rocking bod and you want to share it and, you know, look your best and be able to share your best, and that you're proud of that and that you're not shy about who you are. So tell us just a little bit about that experience and how you got into it and how pageantry has changed you, or maybe you've changed pageantry.
Definitely. I would like to think that I'm maybe not completely yet to where I've changed pageantry, but I'm working on it. You know, that's definitely something that I want to work on. I want to give. If I don't do anything else, if I don't come back home with a national crown or anything, I want people to remember one thing: that you can be you, and that you're beautiful just the way that you are. You know, and that's something that I've always lived by. So, a couple of years ago, I got into pageantry. Because I have a big mouth, and someone said you should use the big mouth for a big cause. And I said,
No,
me,
you don't have a big mouth.
no.
No.
I said, no, I just have a lot of great things to say, you know, and they kind of persuade me in the right direction to join Belleza Latina family, which, you know, I am so blessed that I was a part of that for 2 years. And that allowed me to really get in there and let people know about true beauty. You know, I know you know what true beauty is as well as I do. Unfortunately, not a lot of women know that. Not a lot of people know that, you know. And it takes sometimes a big tragedy to happen to us to really help us find our true beauty. And for me, in the last 10 years, yeah, I've had my struggles with my health issues and everything. But those 10 years allowed me to find myself. It allowed me to learn to love myself for who I am. And it allowed me to find my true beauty, you know. And those are things that I want to share in the pageant world. Because there are things that are so important, and that's really why I got into pageantry. I also wanted to have, you know, positive organizations, of course, uplift me in my platform to move forward. And while I'm at it, I never forget that I belong to, you know, a certain organization at the time, and that it is also my job and my obligation to them to uplift them as well, you know. And I have been blessed to belong to amazing pageant organizations just like Belleza Latina and now Miss United States. And
I cannot believe you're going to Miss Miss Woman United States in 13 days. I cannot believe you're going to be here in Florida in 13 days.
Yes. So that's amazing. You know, it's like, for me, it's like, who would have thought that immigrant girl, 14 years old, with nothing, you know, but a baby in her belly, you know, would turn her life around, makes me want to cry, and have all these great accomplishments, and now represent Texas in such an amazing system as the Miss United States system is, you know, like never in a million years. And this is a girl that, you know, I don't look the norm, you know. I am extra curvy, and, you know, I have 11 tattoos and things like that. And I want to say something about that tattoos, because some people have asked me, well, you started pageantry not covering them up, and now you're doing pageantry and you're covering them up. It doesn't mean that I'm not being true to myself. It just means that I'm being smart, you know. I think for anyone that has tattoos, you have to know when to cover them up and when not to, you know. Just like if you go to a job interview, you're not going to go to that interview dressed like you're going to a nightclub. right?
Right, right.
So
Of
it is the
course.
same thing. When I am on a stage, I am going to represent and I'm going to be elegant and I'm going to have poise and all these things, you know? When you meet me outside of competition and being on that stage, you also mean the same, you see the same girl that you see on stage. The only thing is you might see a little bit more, which are my tattoos. They're a part of me, but
Right,
they're
yeah,
not
of course.
everything about me, you
Right,
know? They're not the one thing that defines me. Neither does, being in the military or just because I have a brain tumor and I'm better than this girl or that girl. No, but everything together is Gigi,
what
and I'm
makes
giving
you
you every.
imperfect makes you
Yes,
perfect.
exactly. And everything together is what I'm gonna give you. People that
Right,
follow me on my Facebook, one thing they can say about me is that I am truthful and I give you me, transparent. I don't hide anything
right,
because I truly believe that unless I'm that way, I have to be that way to help my community, to get people to really receive the message that I'm trying to give. Because
right,
one thing that I learned in the last 10 years is that I'm here for a reason. And my reason is I am a messenger,
right.
and I have this voice that I'm going to utilize till I can't anymore.
Well, and you shouldn't. And honestly, I mean, that's the thing that I love is that you don't hide. Um, it's funny because a lot of people don't know this, but Miss America 4 years ago,
Mhm.
4 years ago, has tattoos
Mhm.
and was Miss America, and she actually had them down the back of her neck and then across her back, and nobody knew it until the day she gave up her title when she wore her hair up so that everybody could see the tattoos. And I was like, you go girl, because there's always this idea that I mean, first of all, let's face it, pageantry has a different connotation for everybody, but
Mhm.
we're trying to change that image, and trying to change the way that people see pageantry and see that it's
Right.
it's a positive experience and people are really
Right.
using their crown as a voice, using a crown as a microphone to be able to share their story.
Right.
um and I think that the things, like me, I used to be worried about my scars from all of my accidents and all my surgeries, and then I was like, you know what, my I changed my platform. Tattoos are beautiful and part of your story. It's true.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. Yeah,
much.
thanks,
Thank
Heather.
you
I
so
appreciate it.
much.
Heather's amazing. But it's so true that each one of those things makes you who you are, and it's part of your journey. And if you're trying to pretend to
Mhm.
not have that as part of your journey, you're not being transparent. You're not being who you really are. And I changed my platform officially to the body image movement because so many people out there don't love who they are.
Mhm.
They think
Yeah,
that they should look a
you're
certain
absolutely
way,
right.
they should act a certain way, that they should have a specific image.
No.
At the end of the day, the truth of the matter is we need to embrace ourselves. And the body image
Mhm.
movement isn't about being fat or thin or tall or short or, if you've got scars, if you've got disfigurement, whatever it is, it's about embracing who you are and loving you. Because if you
Exactly.
love
Exactly.
you, everybody else is going to.
Oh, automatically, you're going to show that.
Right.
I think confidence doesn't come from having the best outfit, the best dress, the best hair, the best makeup. Confidence comes from in here, and it starts with loving yourself. You will not believe, like, the minute that I learned to love myself, and I did this when I couldn't walk, when I didn't have any hair, when I had a dent in my face,
Right. Right.
and I couldn't even. I mean, I could go on and on about this, but that's really when I learned to love myself. And if I hadn't done that, there's no way that I would be able to walk today with
Right. Of
confidence.
course.
You know?
Of course. Jen asked a while ago. I'm sorry, Jen. We've been talking a lot. And now I'm curious too. Is your son going to be able to come with you to nationals or no?
Oh, I wish. This is something else that I want to talk about. My baby boy, my youngest, he's 19 now, so he is also enrolled in Paul Mitchell. So after seeing his mom, go to Paul Mitchell, and he's a great makeup artist, he decided to pursue that career too. So I don't want him to fall behind, and miss a lot of school. So therefore, he will not be coming with me. But I have made a great relationship with my sister queens. One in particular is Natalie Artiles, my Miss Teen Texas, United States. So she lives literally 10 minutes from me, and we're going to be traveling together. We're going to be staying
Yay!
together,
Good.
and everything. So you know how I am. Like I take this, to heart about building relationships,
Right.
all along the way in my journey. So I'm all about that. And it's one of the gifts that pageantry has brought me. It's a family, because outside of that, I really don't have a family. I'm as sad as that sounds, I really don't. It's really a close, tiny circle, and I've had the ability to build a family within pageantry. So she will be my travel buddy,
Good.
and we will be there to support each other and help each other. And I do have my older sister traveling from Canada to Orlando to see me for
Oh,
the very first time. In that light, she's never seen me compete. She's never
right.
seen any part of that at all. And it is so important for me to share that, because I think she's always seen me as her little sister that has just struggled and has so much pain. So for me to give her, makes me sad, the ability to see me in a different light is so good.
Of course, of course. My goodness, and that's what this is about, and for those of you that think that there isn't crying in pageantry or that this is all fake, no, it's not. It's really true. There's a lot of emotions that go into this experience and getting ready, and I know there's a lot of anxiety. I mean, I will tell you to please make sure that you have backup while you are there and that you've got someone to watch you. Heather, I love you. My national pageant that I was at in November, I had a heart attack at the pageant. And thank God Heather was there, because
Right.
Heather's my bestie, but Heather and I met through
Right.
another pageant system, and that's how we became best friends.
Right.
And, she called 911 when I was going, no, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine.
Right.
And then dumbass me competed still.
Oh,
But
good.
what I wanted to prove that, just because I've got a disability or just because there's something wrong, you know what? I can do this. And
Exactly.
I know you can. I know you have it.
Exactly.
I know.
I worry sometimes about, like, oh, I'm there from July 1st through the 9th, and as well as I do, how it's, a busy schedule, and you stay busy 24/7. And, a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, I might look like I'm a little bit overweight, but it's just that I'm curvy, but I'm not going to kill myself dieting. I'm not going to do that, because my health is the most important thing. If I don't
Right.
take care of my health, I don't have the ability to touch one person at a time,
No,
and
I
that's
agree.
something that I'm not going to jeopardize for anyone, because it's something that it is my sole purpose in life now. You know,
Right.
my pain is with purpose, and I'm not going to go to nationals and try to stress. At state, I had the best experience ever. I was not stressed at all. I was
Yeah.
very calm. I truly enjoy it, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this.
Exactly.
Therefore, I'm going to nationals to meet every single one of those ladies, to hear
Right.
their stories, because I'm sure there's something that can teach me, and
Right.
for me to share my story, and I've been saying this all along. I really truly believe in the butterfly effect, so this is how I'm approaching my life,
You change
and
one life, you tell one person, they tell two
yeah,
people, it goes from there and
yeah,
there and
yeah,
there, and it changes
exactly,
things.
exactly.
I agree. Jennifer just posted,
And
she
nervous.
says she can't wait to meet you. She feels like your pageant family too. So,
Likewise, baby girl.
I know. She's going to be in Orlando the same time you're going to be there. She's getting crowned her new title July 1st in Orlando.
Oh,
So
wow. I wish I would be
Jen,
there in time.
what day do you get there?
I get there July 1st, but unfortunately I don't arrive till like 9 something at night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh
Thank
no.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the one. make sure one, and I'm just going to give you these tips because we learned the hard way.
Right.
First of all, Heather. Oh, it's this coming
Okay.
Saturday. I thought it was
Oh,
the
wow.
first.
Well,
Oh my
congrats.
gosh! Congrats, yay, Jen! All right. Um, I I didn't think about this, but Heather actually brought a wheelchair to pageant, and I don't know what made her. She packed up her van and brought food and supplies and a wheelchair for me in case I needed it. Oh my goodness, stay safe, please. Don't.
Please do.
Yeah, I
Stay
know that you
safe.
can hang out with us and just, have fun, but stay safe, please. But he, she had the forethought to recognize that I might have a hard time. So we asked for a refrigerator in the room for medical reasons. They don't charge you for it if it's for medical reasons.
Mm-hmm.
She packed lunch food for me. Like, she brought food. So she brought it, but now I've learned, like, when I get to a city, I find the nearest, grocery store that I could Uber to, and I get stuff that I can keep in the room, and I have a lunch box. It's like a lunch bag, but I take it to every event so that I've got my food and my meds with me no matter what, so that you keep your strength up, because you're going like a crazy person, and there's no guarantees that they're going to feed you and take care of you the way that you're used to. And I know your sister's going to be there, but she's not going to be backstage with you. And your pageant sister is going to be there, but she may not know what to look for. So make sure, too, to tell her these are the things that you need to know just in case. They've got that information. Because it's scary when you've got life-threatening illnesses, that can affect everything that happens to you, and not have the right people there to support you. So
one of the things, I guess, for me that has always been a concern when competing is, like, that getting off balance, that happens to me all the time, just, walking regularly, so walking in heels and, at a certain pace or how we do or whatever, it's always something concerning for me. But you know me, and I'm gonna leave my heart on that stage. This means the world to me, to just bear, as a person, and then to represent such a great state and represent women my age, uh, it's just amazing. One day you guys will read about it, sooner rather than later. I'll put out that book that everybody's been asking about, and I'll get my story out there, and you'll really get to really learn my every single feeling about it.
I got a great publisher, and he's cheap. He does everything for you. He writes the story. They do it in your words, in your vocabulary. They put it on Amazon for you, and it's reasonably inexpensive, and you can probably do a GoFundMe to raise the money. So get past pageant, win nationals, and then write the book.
Exactly. I've already been writing. Like, that's something that it gives me, it's like a self-therapy, so every night or every morning, whichever I have time to just kind of get my out and write down my feelings. I do it, whether it's something that's going on in my life now or something that's been going on or from 10, 30 years ago. I tend to write it as it comes to mind, because since I've been dealing with my brain issue, a lot of the things back before my initial brain surgery on back, they're like very few memories of my life, and how I tend to remember things is as I go, and as people talk to me about them, it kind of like sparks my memory, and bits and pieces will come back. So it's like I'm writing, but I'm also putting my life back together, and it's hard, but I hope to put that book out. I already have a title for it and everything, so I'm excited about that. But in the meantime, here I come. I'm representing Texas, and I couldn't be any more excited than what I am. I mean, it's going to be great.
There's no stress about representing Texas. I have never done that. Oh my gosh. So, and for those of you who don't know, I lived in Texas for 10 years, and I live in Florida now. But I won my first national title in Texas, and I won my
Hmm.
first international title representing, well, in Texas, starting as Texas. And Texas is a ginormous state. It's bigger than most countries. And it is its own country should it ever leave the United States. And it's an enormous responsibility. Being a title holder in Texas is like being a title holder in the United States, like representing the United States, because
Yeah.
they take it so seriously.
Yeah.
And it's you. I can't marry you, unfortunately. I am the reigning Mrs. Accomplished International, which means that I am married. Gigi,
Right.
however, if you're being proposed to, do you want to be married or no? Not right now. You're
Not
making her
right now.
blush. Sorry, don't make her blush.
I got too much going on to be getting married right now.
She's got to win a pageant. She's got to finish. She's
Yes.
got to finish and graduate. She's got some things going on. So
Yes.
maybe after you guys get to know each other better, you'll come back and visit her on another show, and you can talk some more about that. So
Exactly.
do me a favor, for those of you that haven't, please, we're looking to try to get 10 captures and 10 shares. So if you haven't invited your friends, please do now. And then also capture moments. Just push the little button, take a video, let people see it. We want people to know more about Gigi. Gigi is the reigning Ms. Woman Texas, United States. She will be competing at the Ms. Woman United States pageant in Orlando, Florida, July 1st through July 9th, where she is going to come wreak some havoc and bring her amazing story of survival and transparency to the stage. By the way, Jennifer said that her mom sends her love to you, by the way. So
Love you guys, and I hope that one day soon we can actually meet. I would love that. I would love
isn't
that.
it amazing how you can get pageant family and never meet them?
Of course, it's the greatest thing ever, and it goes outside of just your state title, it goes all over, it doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter if it's just from one organization or another, it's just great. You build
I think it's
amazing
important.
relationships.
I think it's important too that we recognize that pageantry in general is a family. It doesn't matter what title you wear, doesn't matter what crown you wear. We're family, and
Exactly.
we can support each other and make a difference more together, helping each other and
Hmm.
doing things together than you can separately. So
Oh,
I
that's for
try to
sure.
really promote the importance of different systems getting together and doing activities together, because we're stronger as one, not divided. So, and
There's
that's kind of
strength in numbers for sure.
exactly, and that's what our country is based on. So why shouldn't we have that same philosophy in such a serious sport as pageantry? Because let me tell you, it's a sport. There is no other way to do it.
Right?
Anybody that tells you the pageantry is easy has never been in 6-inch
Ever,
Chinese
ever.
laundry heels on a stage.
I know.
You
Those
know,
Chinese laundries, oh my gosh.
oh my, never. And the worst part is, like, every time I interview one of the universe women or one of the universe or the USA women, I'm like 5'4", going, "Hi, how are you? What's going
I
on?
know, right?
Good to see you
Ah.
guys." Because they're a whole foot taller than me in stocking feet, and then in the Chinese laundry shoes, it's like, goodness. Yeah, no, I'm always like, "Hi, how are you today?" Now I make them sit, so that I don't look so
Right. I
anyway.
know.
So, what's
But
been the most fun for you up until now with doing pageants? We've been really serious, so let's go fun.
the most fun. Hmm. Um, I just really, really, believe it or not, being in the military, I mean, I was, always hair pulled back and, no heels, hardly ever would I have a chance to really dress up. So one of the funnest things have been to just watch my own transformation, and I love to be pampered and have my makeup done. So I feel like that's always a lot of fun.
Are you
And I
gonna do your own
really
makeup at nationals?
actually, we have our own sponsor as winners for Texas,
Oh,
So I don't have to worry about that. So I can just sit there, relax, and get my makeup done because I love
See,
that.
the good thing about coming from Texas, they come with their own accessories.
Yeah, but I really have enjoyed that part of it, to just kind of get back in touch with my feminine side, and learn more about makeup, and and hair and all that. I have the shorter hair. I have very little of it. Um, we all know why,
Yeah,
with
but she's
my
got
situation.
extensions to die for.
But
Oh my gosh.
yes, I'll pull the extensions out in a minute. And that's one thing I learned too now, how to deal with the extensions and
Dude,
everything. And
look,
now,
look at these pics. Is that just like not to die for? Oh, amazing. Look at her.
oh, you're so
Wow. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh.
But one of
So,
the funnest things about pageantry, I think, is rehearsals. I just love rehearsals. I just think it's so much fun just to be all together, and and rehearse, and we're all working towards a common goal, and it just brings us together, and it's just a lot of fun. It really, really is a lot of fun. It's tiring at times, but you have to focus on the positive things that pageantry brings, and that's the things that make you successful. So I really enjoy that part of it.
yeah. Well, it's fun. I mean, honestly, the truth of the matter is I spend most of my time in I have a gymnastics company, so I've spent the majority of the last 40 years in either Leos and sweats and staff shirts with my hair pulled back. And when I was in Texas, my hair was long. My hair was down like in the middle of my back, so it was always pulled back severely and up in a So at least now, I mean, and that was part of the fun too, because I would get to
Mhm.
dress up and put on makeup and kind of make myself glammed out, and I mean, which was nice because spend that much time. I mean, I was very much a tomboy growing up, and I didn't know how to do makeup, and I didn't know like the right ways to do makeup, and um, I was 30 something the first time that I won my first state title, and then my first national title. So I think I was 35. Which means
Mhm.
16 years? Oh my God, I'm 51. When
You're
did that happen?
amazing. First of
No,
all, you do not look 51, and you're amazing, and you have
I was
accomplished.
preserved by chemotherapy.
If that's what you want to say, but I think you just great. You just wonderful.
I'm trying to find one of my pics to show like I do clean up well, but I can't find. And I just got these amazing headshots done too. Epic fail, Heather, your title holder. Oh, there we go. So that's what I look like.
Oh, you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous there, and you're gorgeous now. Beautiful.
So, anyways, and look at it.
Beautiful.
Look at me now. I know, crazy. Anyways, I learned how to do it from a book because we didn't have YouNow videos back then. Bobby
Right?
Brown, Essential Beauty. If you haven't picked it up, check it out. Worth the investment. Or you can just go to YouTube and watch every video out there and be very confused about what highlighting and
Right.
shadowing is all about. Up to you. All right, baby. Oh, you stop. No. Heather, no, I don't look good in the hospital. You're delusional on that one.
I think people like you, even when you're, according to you, when you're not at your best, I think your beauty still shines, because you have genuine and truthful beauty, and that's something that a lot of us are not able to show just yet because we don't believe it, and you do, and that's something that I've learned, through my struggle to believe it. Life, it's about things like that, and making us really shine without makeup and without even saying words at times. So you're a gorgeous soul, and it shows.
I love you. Thank you. That
Oh,
was very
don't
scary. It
cry
made me
because you
cry.
know I'm a,
No, no, no.
you know I'm a cry baby.
I
I'm
know.
an
We're both,
emotional
we're both like, oh, no, this is not okay. It's
I
not
want to talk
okay.
about a topic that maybe a lot of people might not talk about if it's okay with you.
Sure.
But, a lot of times we don't understand what pageant queens go through. We go through a lot of like, oh, wow, you're a pageant queen, that's great, and this and that. But we also go through a lot of bullying. I don't know if
A lot of
anybody can
bullying
relate
and
to that.
body shaming and
Yes, yes. So I don't know if a lot of people can relate to that, but unfortunately, I'm going through something like that right now, and it's sad because I feel like the person that is like behind of it, it's someone that is, has her own mental struggles and everything, and I'm always kind of being kind of like concerned about those things. But it's getting to the point now where I mean, I do feel like I'm being bullied and treated a certain way. And it's hard too when you go to a school full of 250 women for all of them to really, look at you in a certain way. So it is important that we remember the reason we do it, to not get discouraged, because at times I have been tested. I have been pushed to the limits to where I'm like, well, why am I doing this? And I put myself in check real quick, and I remember the reasons why. And I don't want to ever quit because of someone else that they, because of their thoughts about me or whatever. What I do with people like that, someone in Houston that's involved with pageants and coaching, told me, you have a mission and you got to get from point A to point B during your mission. Just think about it like from when you were in the military. And when people like that come and tug on you and try to pull you down, you've just got to cut those people out of your life,
right,
and
absolutely.
keep it moving. But I think a lot of us in this, in the pageant family, I think can relate that we do get bullied. We do get talked about in negative ways and all of that. And it's sad, but don't let someone else's insecurities become yours. You know, you just got to push through it. And as I'm going through that right now, and I'm being very tested with it, because they know my background, they know, and it's just like they're poking, like, oh, we're gonna get a reaction out of her anytime. We're gonna get a reaction. You're not going to get a negative reaction. One, I think I'm smarter than that. Two, I've done work too hard to throw it all away for someone that's bullying me. So if anything, I'm gonna use the situation to bring awareness to it, and turn it into a positive. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I've had people bully me on Facebook. I have people even send me direct messages saying, why are you in pageantry? Or, there's some pictures where you might see the symmetry difference in my face a lot more than others. And I've gotten trashed over things like that. And it's okay that I'm not perfect, but that's what makes me beautiful.
No, and
So,
that is absolutely what makes you. Um, hold on one second. I have to make a typo about for anybody that's interested or dealing with it. I work with a program called Advice Seekers. It's international, and they're an anti-bullying campaign. And they have someone available internationally 24/7. Counselors are available if you contact them to help you. For anybody out there that's being pulled, it doesn't have to be in pageantry, but it does happen quite a lot in pageantry. People think that
it does.
that either if they do it from behind a keyboard, that people aren't going to know where it's coming from, or if in my particular case, I had a bully that contacted the national director of the system that I was competing in and sent them a clip of one of my videos from here with me being me, and said, is this the kind of person you want representing your system? And I
Right.
was
And
like,
I can
really?
understand that. And it's crazy. It's crazy because people will go to the extreme to try to trash you and pull you down. But you know what that lets me know right now that I'm being tagged at, and try to pull me down. It lets me
But
know that
they're
I'm doing the right
insecure.
things.
You're doing the right things. That's exactly it. And
Exactly.
and that's
Yeah.
why I just, I put my big girl panties on and I went, you know what? I mean, Pageantry Now started because I put my big girl panties on.
Amazing. This
Because
is doing a
I
wonderful thing.
wanted to be able to show positive pageantry, that women, men working together, doing the best things that they possibly can, sharing their best stories, and getting highlighted. I don't care if you're part of the big pageants. I only care about, your story. So, is your son there?
Yeah, my son's here.
Hi!
Real quick.
Oh my God, I look so bad.
Come here, say hello real quick. Get over here.
Hi.
Hi,
So
you
this
don't
is
look
my
bad.
son, guys. This is my Jay, aka Pookie, and he's always my little assistant in pageants. And he won't be with me at nationals, but we'll keep in touch.
He's
and
always
stuff.
with you.
People saying, yeah, he's always with me, and he is also one of the reasons too why I feel like I'm being tried right now. I am so supportive of my son and who he is, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But he also gets bullied a lot. He's been getting bullied.
Well, and in
Gosh,
Texas being
yeah,
gay is a hard thing, and there's a lot of people
yeah,
that are really mean, and unfortunately, they really believe that they can Christianize the gay out of you, and I'm like, oh no, 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 no. It is all about Gay Pride Month. Hello, thank you very much. I am, I want, you are you. People have to love you. But as long as you are proud of who you are and you love who you are, there's no reason why you have to hide it. There's no reason why you have to be ashamed of it. There's no reason why you have to change it. You are uniquely who you are. And if you believe in God, God created us perfectly imperfect. We are exactly the way we are supposed to be. And we just have to have the wake-up call to make us go, you know what? I am amazingly fantastic. And if you don't like it, that's your problem. And it's okay. You can be uncomfortable with it, but I'm not. Yes, and that's a hard thing to be.
Oh yeah, and right now with me being Miss Woman Texas and us going to school together and things like that, we are being challenged a lot right now with that, within our everyday life. But this just is something else, like I said, that I will turn it into a positive, and I will bring awareness to that. Like I said, yeah, my main platform is mental health. But as you guys can see, there's so much more to my life that I feel so compelled to share and use it and help in those aspects as well. And helping the LBGT community too. It's something that it's, of course, so close to me,
and
and
love. Doesn't matter who it is.
It does not matter. It does not matter, and I will stand, to that. Last year, I even went to the parade as a reigning queen, and supported that community because it's so important that they feel the love every which way they can feel it, and I love my baby.
As you should.
Yes, and he's gonna start doing competitions though. He's gonna start doing competitions, and it'll be. You want to tell them a little bit about that, Jay?
Oh, so basically, I do drag, so I'm gonna start doing like drag pageant competitions.
Are you gonna do like drag Mr. Gay Texas? Because one of my friends was Mr. Gay Texas, and he's a coach, and he's in Dallas. So if you decide that you want to do it, he was Mr. Gay USA, and let me tell you something. Oh my gosh. Awesome sauce, and he is an amazing coach, but he's an even better person. So if you decide that you're gonna go that way, let me know, because I can. Okay. All of my pageant contacts are in Texas. I'm sorry, Heather, but it's true. Heather lives in California.
I want to be a pageant mom.
Yes, I want to be a pageant mom.
How great would that be?
Kids.
I mean, this kid right here. I mean, you guys see him. He's now 19, but this is who saved my life, you guys. You know that this.
Heather's like, oh my God, amazing! Reach for the stars. You're
Don't
awesome. Don't cry.
Everything I do it for him.
You do it for you too, because it makes you a better person.
It does. But I want him to feed off of my strength because I know it's hard for him. You know, and you know, we have our times. Just as much as we love each other so much, we also get on each other's nerves. But at the end of the day, we're there for each other, you know.
Jay, give her a hug, man. Don't go away. Give her a hug. She needs loving. She needs cariñosos. More cariñosos. Besos y brazos. Does he speak Spanish? Or is he one of the Mexicans that doesn't?
Jay, do you speak Spanish? Very little.
Hablan en español, pero yo soy americana y hablan en español muy bien, ¿verdad?
Sí, muy bien.
Yes, baby.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm looking at everything, Jennifer. Thank you, and thank you to your director.
Heather.
Yes, we, you know, like my son and I we're a team, and we're going to reach for the stars. That's for sure.
Heather's middle son does pageants, and the day that when I gave up my crown, Heather, can I tell the story? Am I allowed? It's one of my favorite pageant stories. I don't know if Heather's still on. I don't know if she's still on. Day of the pageant, he knew that he was walking me for my final walk. He was my escort.
Oh, nice.
And he was 5 at the time. So she says, well, do you want to wear your pageant suit? And he's like, oh, yes. And so she brought out 2 options for pageant suits. And he picked one. And she's like, okay, let me go get shoes. And she brings out Elsa heels, and Cinderella shoes.
Aww.
Cinderella heels to go with his pageant suit. And he looks at me and goes, Miss Stacy, which one is going to go best with my suit? I want to look good on stage with you.
Oh.
And I was like, you know, the truth of the matter is when I'm picking out shoes to wear, I pick out what's most comfortable. So which one of those pairs of shoes is going to be most comfortable? And he turns around and he goes, Mom, I need my sneakers. Because it was like, he goes, you're right. I need to be comfortable. So and I was like, you know, but what kind of, I mean, amazing parent lets their 5-year-old decide that he's going to be able to wear heels with a suit if he wants to. And that's okay. It's
okay. You know, it's okay. And, you know, as parents, we have to, because I do know some parents of, you know, they have a gay or lesbian child and they're not very receptive or very supportive, you know, and it's important to remember at the end of the day, there are kids and that's just part of them, you know, and you don't have to treat them as anything different or see them as different because they're not, you know,
they're not. Being
gay or lesbian does not make you any different, you know.
I agree. No, again, one love. One love. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter what flavor, color, shape, size, religion, who you love. At the end of the day, if we shared more love all together, the world would be a whole lot happier place.
Exactly.
And you know, people like you are making those changes, and that's what this is all about.
Thank you. Well, you know, I want to thank you because you started PageantryNOW, and this gives us the ability to reach out in a moment's notice, you know, to the nation, you know, not just, you know, our state. It just gives us the ability to get our message out there, you know, to a bigger, broader audience. And I think that's such a great thing. So I want to thank you for giving us that opportunity.
No, that's what this is all about. The dream for me was to give a voice and to show that positive pageantry exists, and not what you see the day after a pageant where somebody made a mistake on a question or everybody was questioning their answer, or what you see, you know, on reality TV, which isn't real, and to show what real pageantry is about. And at the end of the day, It's amazing people doing amazing things, sharing amazing stories. And that's what we're
Yeah.
about. And the beauty
Yeah,
comes from within.
exactly.
This is not our beauty. It's who we are inside. So,
That's right.
you
That's
know,
right.
a year later, I'm still doing crazy stuff. So I keep it up, and I meet amazing people like you, and, we build relationships, and I get to keep sharing your story, which I think is miraculous, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, this is just, my life has changed so much for the better, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And
Absolutely.
I am at a point in my life where I'm very, very happy, and it's just amazing, all the blessings that I've had, and the good definitely outweighs the bad. And I am here to, just like I always say, I'm here to leave my mark.
There you go. Official Royalty King, I did just fan you, so thank you so much.
Oh,
We're having our parting comments with Gigi Castillo, Gianna Castillo, the reigning Ms. Woman, Texas, United States, who will be competing for her national title in 13 days.
I know. Everything kicks off in 13 days. I think it's like, for me, I think it's the 6th, 7th, and 8th of July, the big days, prelims and finals.
We're trying to figure out if we can come up, because it's like 3.5 hours. But I mean, that week,
wish you could.
I know. We have to go to Miss Florida, because one of my girls I'm coaching, Miss Florida for
Right.
Miss America, is going to be there. So we have to go to Miss Florida, and that's July 1st. So I don't know if I can do back-to-back weekends or not. Just traveling right now is kind of hard, but we'll see. We'll see.
I would love to see you.
I know. I just want to give you a hug and just tell you how much I love you, even if
I love you too, Mama.
So, parting thoughts. What do you want to be able to share last minute with everybody about pageantry, about your experience, about the United States system, about what's coming up with competition?
Right.
And how can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook. I have an official page from the Miss Texas United States, and it's Miss Woman Texas United States. You can find me there. You can find me on my personal Facebook, Gigi Castillo, and on Instagram at Miss Woman Texas US 17. And if anybody wants to reach out to me for any advice, any particular reason, you can also email me at MissWomanTexasUS17@gmail.com, and I will be, more than happy to answer any questions or give you any advice, or if I am requested to, come and share my story
Texas
anywhere.
Spelled out or TX?
It's Texas.
Texas US 17
at gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Yes, so you can reach me there. The pageant world, what can I say? It's been a blessing to me. It really has. And people will tell you, oh, pageantry is not for everybody. Well, I'm here to change that and to teach you and let you know that the pageant world is for everybody. You just have to believe in yourself. Going on to nationals, I'm super, 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 super excited. I'm excited to meet all my sister queens from around the United States and to represent Texas, and make my family, my community, and everyone that looks up to me very, very proud. I just, look forward to this year. It's one that I believe that the moment that crown is placed in your head, that's when you start earning it. So I am now earning the crown that was placed on my head, and I'm just so happy. And
I mean, you've only had the crown for like 4 weeks, right?
Yes.
That's craziness. Craziness.
And I've been busy, but it's amazing. It's I love it. I love it. It gives me purpose. I will tell you that when I am not involved in anything related with the pageants or doing community service or anything like that, my depression does set in a lot more,
It's easy.
So yeah, staying busy and everything. I feel like I feel like I have a purpose, I had to find something where I felt like I belonged, and as different as I am, I do feel like I belong here.
Of course you do. Of course you do. You know what? again, when we first met, there was something between you and I where immediately it was like family. So,
Exactly.
you know, I'm so proud of you. Areas of competition, really quick. Tell us about the Ms. Woman United States areas of competition, so that everybody knows what you'll be doing.
Sure, sure. So this year they've made it where there will be a runway competition for like your state costume. That will not be part of your final scores, but there will be awards given for that. So I'm very excited for my costume. My Texas costume is going to be an original one. It's going to be something that I put together with my
Dude, I
designer.
wish I had known, because my girlfriend, that's what she does, is she does national costumes for Miss Universe.
Oh, really? I have a very good friend of mine, Ruli Torres, here in the Dallas area. He's the one that with myself, we designed my evening gown that I wore for the Texas competition, and we won best evening gown, so that was amazing. And it was something else to actually like cut your own fabric and your own pattern and everything to make your own dress with your designer. That was, I think that's what made it even better to wear that crown. But I mean that gown. So together we're gonna be working on. We're already working on my Texas costume. So I'm excited to bring it to life and bring it on that stage. And then of course we have the interview, round robin interview, that we will be having. And you know, I look at interviews as a conversation. You know, with
So that's what
people.
we're doing now.
Yeah, I try not to let it be like so formal. And then we have swimsuit and evening gown. And then I'm not sure as far as top finalists how many it will be for on stage question, but we do have our own stage question.
Cool. And what's your favorite area of competition?
I will say evening gown. Yes. I mean, it's something so uplifting. That's how I look at it. I mean, who does not feel beautiful in a beautiful gown, you know? And I think for me, it was amazing this last time and to win best evening gown because I put a lot of work into that gown,
Right.
you know? So I like that part of it when it comes to like on stage. As nerve-wracking as it may be to have interviews, I also like it because that's something that's so important. This is where you really let them judges know who you really are, you know?
Right.
So I like that part, and it's something that a lot of people don't even know that's part of
It's
it,
my
you
favorite
know,
part.
because they don't see it, you know. But it is something that's very important, and I like it. I'm used to being under pressure. Thank God for that. So I tend to do, you know, okay on the interview part, and it's just an opportunity that I have,
Keep
whether it's under
capturing, Heather. I
pressure.
need 10. Go, go, go.
Yeah, any opportunity that I have, whether it's under pressure or not, to share my story and just let them know who I am, I will take it, you know?
No, and that's, I mean, and for me, interview is my favorite, but this last pageant was the first time that I've been competing in pageants for 35 years now. Oh my God, 35 years. 35 years, off and on. And it was the first time that I ever, first of all, had a gown that was custom made. And it was the first time that I got to design my gown ever. Everything else had always been whatever budget it was that I could possibly be on the cheapest possible dress. And some of them were hideous. I'm not going to lie. Some of them were really bad. Some of them I had some great sponsors, so I was very, very lucky because I was able to get some very beautiful gowns that looked amazing. But Kirsten Regalado, who did Miss Australia's dress 2 years ago, Tegan Martin, she did hers. She made top 5, or 3 years ago. And then she did Miss Mauritius's national costume this last year. And her stuff is on the Miss Universe stage, and she lives here in Miami, and she's like, okay, so let's start working on your dress. And I'm like, well, can I just like pay you like $100 a month, because her dresses are not cheap.
Right.
And I started a GoFundMe to help pay for pageant stuff, and everything I paid to her, she paid back to me. She gave it back to me.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And I was like, so I didn't care. I mean, honestly, I didn't care if I won or not, because I have such an amazing friend. She's brought me on to coaching teams for several national Miss Universe systems. So now I'm doing coaching, which, you know, this is the first year that I actually coached women that were on the Miss Universe stage.
Oh wow,
And
congrats.
only because of her, I would never have had that opportunity. And I met her judging at a pageant. Like I would never in a million years have ever had that opportunity. And I know that I put the dress on and everybody just went, and I was like, yeah, baby, this is, I don't care. I mean, you know, I want to wear it to everything, but I can't wear it to everything. It's first of all, I live in South Florida, and it's purple velvet. And it's not always, you know, I can't just wear it to every pageant. I have to
Right.
So this last week she goes, can you come over on Thursday? I said, sure, what do you need? She's like, oh, I'm just working with some new people. I want you to come over. And while I'm there, she starts measuring me. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, oh, you need a new dress. And I went, what? She said, so she's making me a new dress, but it's a surprise. I have nothing to do with it. So I don't know.
I think of her kind of like how I look at my my friend Ruli Torres here in Dallas, who's, you know, a great support for me.
Oh, Willie's amazing. Oh my gosh, Willie's doing your dress?
No, Ruli Torres.
Oh, okay. I was like,
He's actually he's a graduate of the University of Arkansas, and he's amazing, and he's the same way, you know. He's like, I mean, before I even have to ask him, he's already like, I got you, you know, I got you, you know, because he really believes in me, you know, and I tell him he's my brother from, you know, from another mother, you know, and it's people like that that make things possible for us, you know.
Right, no, it's true.
Alone, you know, it takes a lot of us to make this happen.
It takes a village to raise a pageant queen.
Yes, it does.
Takes a village, right, Heather? Poor Heather. She's been stuck with me for the last 3 years. She's got to be like, oh, is she ever going away?
Yeah, but it does. It's so true. You know, we can't do things alone. That's for sure, you know.
You captured that great. Thanks, Heather. So that's the one I wanted you to capture.
Right.
All right, my love.
Meet Heather sometime soon.
I know, we got to. I mean, hopefully, just it's going to depend on how I'm feeling. And Jen, we've got to do something too. I've got to figure out what I can do so that we should all do, like, maybe we should do a PageantryNOW party somewhere. Like, everybody just go and
yes, that would be great.
Beggars and choosers, my dear. Sorry. I'm pretty cute most of the time.
But yeah, that would be great if you did kind of like a yearly kind of reunion type thing or something, you know?
Just a get together where we should get like every system, whoever wants to come, just come. Seriously, we should do that. I mean, I want every system to be represented. We've had some amazing women and men on the show, like August 13th in California, Sacramento. Heather will be representing. She'll let us do it at her house, right, Heather? That's when her nationals are.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anyways, it's a good idea, though, Heather. Maybe we could do that. All right. Not this year. Maybe next year. So.
But you should definitely give it some thought, for sure.
We should. But we should do something like middle of the, like, Dallas area. Seriously. It's like middle of the United States. So.
Yeah.
And since I have Dallas hookups, I can stay at somebody else's house. All right, my love. I want to tell you much love, much cariñosos for you. I think that you are amazing and you are inspiring.
Thank you.
I know when you came on, you didn't have a smile, but you have a smile now. So
thank you so much.
I know that maybe you weren't having the best of days, but maybe we made it a little bit better.
Definitely.
And I love you, and
I love you too,
honey.
Stage.
You're gonna do
Thank
an amazing job and be the best you can be, and that's all we can ask for.
That's right. And I want to thank everyone that's watched, I appreciate it. Your support for you and for me as well. And God bless all of you guys. And I can't wait to just, come back on and tell you guys all about it.
All about it. Yeah. Can we watch anywhere? Is it being streamed?
It is going to be live streamed, and I will let you know most definitely. So
Okay.
if I'm hoping that you make it,
Facebook.
but that way you can post it and share it, and then you can see it yourself and everything. So
ironically, my bully is going to be there, so I don't know.
Well.
Ironically, my bully is going to be there, so.
Even more reason for you to come and represent. You're beautiful, and you just gotta.
There goes he. All right, lovely. We'll try to, but I want to, because I've seen you grow so much, and I'm so proud of you. So
thank you so much. Thank
my
you.
Pleasure.
Big hug.
Bye, baby.
Love to you too.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone. Have a
Bye.
great night. Bye.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight on this extended version of Pageantry Now. Usually we only do an hour, but it's hard with Gigi. Gigi's an amazing, inspiring woman. She really has an amazing story, and I really want to be able to give her many props and wish her all the best of luck at the Ms. Woman United States pageant being held in Orlando, Florida, July 1st through the 9th. And I know she's going to do amazing. She's going to rock the stage and represent Texas well. And even if she doesn't take home a crown, she is always a queen, so it doesn't matter whether she's wearing a crown on her head or not. She's a beautiful, fantastic person from the inside out, and that's what we're all about. Pageantry Now is all about positive pageantry and being able to highlight all of the positive things that go on behind the scenes and in front of the scenes that you don't see normally on TV or in the news, because all you see are bloopers or bad stories about pageants. And the truth of the matter is, there's amazing people wearing these crowns, making a difference in the world. And that's what we're all about. And I end every show. Well, first, let me just say, if you want to be able to follow us, please fan us now. We do shows on Sundays now. I've come down to just one show a week. But we're doing Sundays usually at 5 o'clock. Today we went a little bit later because of Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all of you. And then you can find us at Pageantry Now here, or Pageantry Now on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or you can go back and watch videos for our interviews from different pageants that we've gone to live. Several interviews of Gigi, actually, in her different pageant systems that she's been in. Miss USA, Miss Universe, Miss Teen USA. Those can all be found on YouTube at Pageantry Now Media. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will look forward to seeing you on our next show with our next special guest. I've had a couple of people that are lining up right now, including some delegates from the international system as well as from the Earth system, which we were live at the Earth pageant a couple of weeks ago interviewing. Judging. So my name is Stacey Shara Simpson. I'm the host. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I hope you have a very great day, and we end every show with hashtag be kind to one another, because Ellen DeGeneres says it the best way possible. One love. That's it, baby. Good night, everybody. That's a wrap.